I grew up in church. I was in church every Sunday through the time that I graduated high school. After high school, I decided to go off and kind of do my own thing, be a little rebellious. I got into a part of my life where I was partying a lot, and during that time, I met my now ex-husband, the father of my daughter, and it was not a good relationship. I was not going to church. I was not part of any type of group or anything. We were kind of secluded, just the two of us, and things just were not where they should be in my life, and I knew it was not where I should be. What ended up happening to me was he was an abusive alcoholic, and I was married to him. We were in a relationship for 5 years. We were married for 3. My daughter was born during the time, and I knew the minute I found out I was pregnant, going through everything that I had been going through, that it was not a place for a child. And the minute I found out that I was pregnant, I ran to Clearbranch. And that's the only church I've ever felt like home. So I begged my ex-husband several times to go with me, and let's get plugged in, let's go do things at church, let's, reach out, let's find a small group, let's find some friends through church. And it didn't happen. I ended up having my daughter, and things did not get better between the two of us. And I remember every night going and praying and getting on my knees in her room and just begging God to change him, to give me the strength to either deal with it or walk away, whatever his plan was for me. And I continued to go to Clearbranch, and through that I started meeting wonderful people and found a small group to get involved with on Wednesday nights, and met some good friends that take care of my daughter. During that time, we actually, when I decided to file for divorce, I continued to go to Clearbranch to a Wednesday night group for single moms, and met 2 wonderful ladies, and they gave me the strength to get through it. And through that time, I remember from the time I walked out, having God right by my side, giving me the strength to turn away from him and say, hey, enough's enough. At some point, you have to walk away. And I remember just continuing to go to Clearbranch, and even on the day I went to not file for divorce, but to do my divorce documentation through the courts, I hit my knees that morning and I begged God to make this turn out right for my daughter. And it did. Everything turned out the way it should have, and the ladies of Clearbranch were there for me throughout all of it. And so my faith story started with a bad marriage, a bad situation, but through it I found out how strong I could be, and that it did take going through a bad situation to realize that I'm worth more. To this day, the women of Clearbranch have stood by my side, and I couldn't ask for a better group to call a family. But that's my faith story.